I was a general manager of a Fortune 500 company. Got laid off. In between jobs, I got on a bike, rode around the Middle East. It was a huge shift that changed my life. Hey, I'm Chantal, and I was one of the first Arab women to ride around the Middle East on a motorcycle. Five or 6 years ago, I was on vacation, I was back home, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to sign up for a bike course. And I did it over a weekend, and it was the best decision of my life. That took me, I got to ride in Canada. I mean, nature in Canada is just something out of this world. So we filmed a show called The Open Road. The Open Road is a show that we filmed a few years ago, and it was with Fox Arabia and Electric Films, which is a local production company here. And the concept of the show was two girls, Arab girls, one is a Muslim hijabi, the other one is not a hijabi, and we rode around the Middle East to discover the cultures in the Middle East on two wheels. Normally you would see travel shows in a car. You would see shows, documentaries of bikes with men, but it was very rare that you saw two women traveling alone in the Middle East, and we just knocked out every single stereotype. We went to Lebanon and Jordan, and we rode around the UAE. We cooked with the locals, we got to know the culture. I'm telling you, it was something that you cannot travel the way you travel on two wheels, because you get to experience it. People start inviting you over to their homes, people in the street like, oh my God, this is really cool. Kids that stop you to just like, you know, rev the engine. It's so nice to experience that, to experience how wholesome humans can be. In terms of while I'm on the bike and I'm riding, people were fascinated in some areas of the UAE, and in other areas it was just normal to them because it's something that women do here. It might not be as talked about, but it is normal. I know a lot of amazing women that ride motorcycles. Some are covered, some are not, you know, some are Muslim, some are Christians, everyone. Some are Arab, some are not. So it's accepted here. When we traveled on bikes, you did see a different reception of it. Never negative, always, you know, intrigued by, oh my God, I didn't know that you guys can. And I didn't know, I mean, I was even on a flight going back home one time, and a guy was surprised that I'm a covered woman traveling alone. And then I said, oh yeah, I ride motorcycles too. And he's like, what? How are you still alive? I said, you have a huge misconception of the culture. I grew up in Canada. I was such a troublemaker. I would bring home snails, toads, like my poor mother. When I was younger, I wanted to be a lawyer. I think I was 8 or 9. I think it was Law and Order. I specifically wanted to be a criminal lawyer to help wrongly accused criminals. A lot of pro bono. No money in that. Not a career.
What do you do currently?
I work in first aid. I'm a marketing manager for a first aid training company called Blue Guard. My parents are not concerned. I actually, believe it or not, I had to fight my parents to allow me to wear the hijab. So when I decided to wear the hijab, my father was so against it, still is against it. My mother was just worried about the struggles that I would face. So it was a massive protest for me. Like, people call me a rebel with a cause. Yeah, and so yeah, so they're not really conservative, but they're understanding and open-minded. I went through a massive awakening moment in my life where I realized my faith is the only thing that really kept me going, and that's what keeps me strong. That's the only thing I have to turn to. So there was a moment where my mom got in a really bad car accident, and I was looking for her for about an hour and a half. I couldn't find her anywhere. I had no idea she was in a car accident. For me, that moment of praying for her health and safety, I realized you can know as many people, your circle can be so close to you, but in those moments, the only thing you have is really your faith and what you believe in. And for me, my relationship with God is what got me through it. Greatest moment? To be honest, the greatest moment was realizing, so I mentioned to you that when I was filming The Open Road, I was in between jobs. So the company I was working for shut down, and we were all laid off. So that shift, it was 2 years of not finding a job, and then I had a certain idea of what I was looking for just because of what I was used to, but realizing that change and that shift in career, and that I was able to adapt, that's the greatest moment, because it's that adaptation, that knowing that you can handle anything, you can withstand anything that life throws at you and sail with it, and then you can completely flourish. I think that's my aha moment. I didn't realize it until I really, like, it was a huge shift. I was working in film and production and media, and then I went into life-saving and giving back to the community, and this was, oh my God, I can do this. I don't need to be this, general manager of a Fortune 500 company like I was. I can totally do this. And that changed my perspective on everything. And I think change is probably, accepting change is the greatest moment of my life.